So, dmontre,
Yep.
we all know you play Division I basketball,
Yep.
and then wild ball in China, and
Right.
then later into the CBA.
Yeah.
You know, your story is pretty like inspiring, and then
Appreciate it, bro.
yeah, I guess a lot of people want to know your like experience. How is it like coming from wild ball to the CBA?
To be honest, bro, when I got to China, I had no idea that COVID would happen.
Yeah.
So it kind of was a blessing and a curse for me. So I came here to originally play wild ball. Then when COVID happened, everything just shut down. And then fast forward, CBA started looking for some foreigners, but they couldn't bring them back so fast. So that's when me and a couple other guys raised their interest.
Yeah.
I had some workouts for some teams. I worked out for Qingdao first.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. Then I worked out for Guangdong Tigers. That didn't work out either. And then eventually I ended up getting signed by Tianjin Pioneers.
That was your first team, right?
Yep, that was my first team, yeah. And I had a really good season that year. I proved myself. And eventually after that season, I ended up signing with, I came back and I played some more wild ball.
Yeah.
And at that point, my price went way up. So after that, then I ended up getting signed by Nanjing Tongxi the next year. And then I had a good season that year as well. We didn't win a lot of games. We didn't make the playoffs, but I was still able to show them what I could do.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to after that, the following season, which is this season, I started off in Taiwan. I played T1 League.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And I ended up hyperextending my knee. So I had to go home. So I left China October 1st after being here for 3 years straight. 3 years, literally. I left October 1st. I went to Taiwan.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks, I hyperextended my knee. So I got injured, bro. It was bad.
Yeah.
Then I ended up going back to America for 2 months just to rehab and rest and see my family.
Yeah.
And then I got back to China on January the 18th.
Yeah.
I flew into Hong Kong on the 15th. I crossed the border in Shenzhen to China on the 18th. And I've been playing games since the 26th of January, nonstop. So wild ball is fun, man. It's some really good money. And I like the freedom to be able to move around like I want to.
It's not like pro.
Exactly. It's definitely not like pro. Pro is more security because, you know, if you get injured, they take care of you. Or you get paid. But wild ball, the freedom that you have in wild ball is way better.
Yeah.
And the games are totally different. The culture is different. But overall, my experience in China has been very good so far. Yeah. And I like it here.
Yeah, you talk about like how your price went way up after you played in the CBA. Can you talk about like what's the price when you first got here to China?
Man, you want to know what's crazy? So obviously I had the confidence. Everyone knew I was a good player. But when I first got here, no one really knew who I was. Yeah. So the company that brought me here, man, I was getting 1600 RMB a game. Damn. 1600 per game.
As an American, a former D1 player.
Exactly.
That was crazy.
Right. But I also knew that I was the new guy and I had to prove myself. Yeah. So I wasn't really tripping. I actually was not really tripping. And then after the first showcase tournament, everyone seen that not only was I a good player, but I was probably the best player out of a group of 20 guys. So eventually I went and spoke with the boss and I asked for a bonus or raise. And you know what the raise was? It went from 1600 RMB to 1700 RMB. This guy gave me 100 quad raise. But I wasn't tripping. Like I wasn't complaining. I'm not gonna say I was happy, but I just knew that I still needed to prove myself. And then I played maybe 3 or 4 more games. And then that's when COVID hit. So I was making 1700 right before COVID. And then fast forward to right after Tianjin, my price went up. I don't want to say exactly, but
it probably like 10 times.
Exactly. So
something like that.
Exactly. So until now, it's still, you know, through the roof. Just because I made a name for myself. I played CBA and guys know I can actually play.
Yeah, you're very consistent, like playing volleyball, and then your work ethic.
Right.
It's not like a lot of guys coming to China just trying to make a living. You know, you're really trying to get better.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that stems because I've never been like the number one guy, number two guy, number three guy. So I've always had to be an underdog and work from zero to where I could possibly go potential wise.
Yeah.
So that's kind of stuck with me since I was a kid. When I got to college, that's when I really learned how to work hard.
Yeah.
Because I had players that was around me that was better than me. You know, in high school, everyone's always the best player on their team. So in college, that's when I really realized, okay, I actually need to work hard.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuck with me till now, even though I may be one of the top wild ball players, quote unquote. But at the same time, I still want to make sure I'm in good shape, I'm in good health, because when I'm lifting every day, it's not to get big or any of that. It's for like injury prevention.
Yeah, injury prevention.
You know, and I'm 30, so I still have like a lot of basketball in me if I take care of my body. So that's why, that's the main reason why I want to still work out and be in shape.
Yeah, because one thing I know, like we all work out with Skip, right, in Guangzhou.
Right.
He talked about like how dmontre came in like 30 days straight.
Bro,
I was surprised, man. I didn't know you have that in you.
Bro, listen. Working out with Skip, let me just give Skip a big shout out too, because Skip is my guy, man. Like, Skip really took care of me. Skip was not only working me out in the gym, weight room, but he also was like working me out on the court too. Like, we'll go work out and then we'll go shoot. He'll rebound for me, passing. Like, even on days where he see I don't have energy, he would like still keep the intensity high and like cheer me on. All right, let's go, let's get it. Like, he'll see I'm resting long and then he'll end up saying, all right, let's go, get up, let's get it. But for Skip, man, I just want to give a shout out to Skip real quick, because that's my guy. Skip knows, you know, he's my guy. I haven't seen him since I've been back, just because I've been traveling so much. But about those 30 days leading up to Taiwan, bro. So what I told myself was, I can't take any breaks, because I seen a Kobe Bryant quote where Kobe was like, in the summertime, he's gonna set a plan and he can't change it. He can't negotiate with himself. So if Kobe could do that for 4 months, what's 30 days for me? You know, so those 30 days, me and Skip really was going hard, bro, getting after it. It would be times where my body is super sore, or I'll wake up and be like, man, I don't feel like going. And then I'll remember like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta do it. So yeah, I was working out for 30 days straight with Skip at 2 gyms. He has a gym in Jujungnu, exactly, in Tianhe. And then he had another one that I would go to as well. So I'm telling you, Saturdays and Sundays too, bro. We was getting after it, man.
That's impressive, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. And you talk about like how you never be the number 1, number 2 guy on the team that you're playing. Like, what's your role in college?
So in college, I had a couple. That's a good question. I had a couple NBA guys ahead of me. Jordan McRae, who got drafted by the Wizards, and ended up winning a ring in 2016 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then Josh Richardson, who's now with the New Orleans Pelicans. He was drafted by Miami. And then we had Jarnell Stokes, who also played for Memphis. And let me tell you something about Jarnell and Jordan. Jordan played for the Beijing Ducks 2 years ago. Yeah, CBA. And Jarnell played for Xinjiang when they went to the finals a few years ago. Big guy.
Xinjiang.
Yeah, Xinjiang. Yep. So I had a couple NBA guys in front of me, but that's no excuse. But also, I feel like in college, I wasn't as mature enough to be able to do what I know I could do. I always had potential, but like I said, I was always an underdog. And I was always like unsure about myself. And it wasn't until after college when I gained that confidence that you guys may see now. And also my senior year, where I was actually gonna be, you know, playing, I broke my foot. I ended up having like a bone bruise in my right foot. So that like sat me out for a couple months as well. So, but my role in college, like overall, I was a good teammate. I practiced hard every day. I was still working out, getting up shots and doing what I needed to do. But overall in college, I was still, what we call in America like a late bloomer. So like, I was still, 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 I in this moment, maybe I'm not here, but a year or two from now, maybe I'll be there. Yeah.
Everyone has their own path.
Right, exactly.
And I know you, along with CJ and John, like the only few players that come from wild ball transitioning to the CBA. Like, how you adjusting to that? To the wild ball game, you know, is like it's here and there, and then CBA is like a way more organized league.
You know, that's what I think it is. For me, I think my adjustment was because at every level, China basketball seems the same for me. So as far as wild ball, I haven't played NBL, but I know you guys, NBL and then CBA. Like you said, CBA is just a lot more structure and a lot more discipline. And the culture is a little different. But overall, like, I know some wild ball players that could possibly play CBA, you know?
Like who? Can you name a few?
I can't think of names, but I definitely know faces. You know, one guy I'm big on, I like the big guy, I think they call him Jumpman. I like him.
Zhu Yuanbo.
Okay.
The tall link.
Yeah, been playing 3-on-3. Yeah. I like him. I feel like he could have helped my team in Nanjing. If he would have came, he, you know, definitely could have helped. I don't know about the politics or whatever, but just simple basketball, I feel like he could have helped. It's another guard that I played against recently. He got NBL MVP last year.
Xiaopeng.
I feel
he had 49, right?
Bro,
against you guys.
But obviously we won though.
I know.
Yeah.
That's all.
Bro, he's good. I feel like he could definitely play CBA. But that's not for me to decide. You know, that's just in my mind what I think. It's nothing serious. But what I feel about the biggest difference is, like I said, the structure is way more organized. Teammates are different. Everybody has one goal versus just wild ball. You meet up for 1 or 2 games or a tournament, and then you go your separate way. But as far as CJ goes and Groover goes, like you said, man, hats off to those guys too, because their story, we all have different stories, but it led up to this point, you know? And just being able to even get a tryout from the CBA is enough.
Because I know, like, people were saying that, like, the wild ball import isn't scoring enough. But, like, from what I see, is like you guys make a really big impact in the game. Like, not only on the offensive end, but even like playing defense. You know, getting rebounds, even helping teammates getting better. I guess like a lot of Chinese GMs and coaches don't see that when they're trying to find an import. They want a guy that scores 40.
And here's the thing, like, my first year, we had 3 imports. Me, CJ, and we had a big guy, Marco, from Europe. And my first year, I averaged 16 points and 9 rebounds.
That's still very good.
And about 2 assists and a couple blocks. With those numbers, with three imports, you know, how much more do you want me to score? Especially because our big guy was averaging 35 a game, you know? And I'm a team player. I would rather not score 40. Here's the thing, I can score 40. There's been times last year in Tongxi where I had to score 30 or 40. But I'd rather be like that 16 to 18 point guy, average about 8 to 10 rebounds, and, you know, get my teammates better, like you said.
A lot of people just don't see that in China as an American playing. And how do you feel about the coach from Tongxi? You know, he's a coach slash player right now.
I feel like Shearer he was a very good player in his prime. Defender, shooter. And I feel like people don't really understand the love that Shearer has for the game. He really loves basketball, and he's so passionate about it that people misunderstand him. But Shearer, like, he's a really good guy. He's gonna be a very good coach. And he knows a lot of basketball. You know, there'd be times in practice where, like, I just wouldn't, in the beginning when I got to Tongxi, I just wouldn't understand the play or whatever. And when he came back, he was just helping everyone, you know? He was helping me even. I like Shearer, man. He's very passionate. He was a very good player, very good shooter. He's going to be a very great coach for the next 20, 30 years. And don't be surprised if whatever team he's coaching, if they don't win a championship, I'm pretty sure he's gonna win a few championships.
Yeah, they've been winning this year.
Exactly, yeah.
They deserve it, man.
Yeah, they deserve it. Shear's a very good guy, man.
Yeah.
Very good coach, and he's so passionate
Yeah.
that sometimes, like on the court, people may think like he's being a bad guy, but he's not. He just loves the game.
The emotion.
Yeah, he wants to win, and people maybe don't understand it sometimes.
Yeah. And because a lot of people are interested about like how D1 compared to the CBA.
Yeah. It's very different. So let me say, American basketball is different from Asian basketball, European basketball, Australian basketball. So there's really like no comparison. I will say like D1 is college. So end of the day, you're playing basketball and you're going to school.
Yeah.
You know, here in the CBA, it's only basketball.
Yeah.
And sometimes we would practice twice a day, but the hours are long, but it wasn't as difficult as
productive.
Yeah, like I think it was a lot of productivity for sure, but I don't think it was as much competition as in college, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the players in China are very good. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying in America, you know, it's way more it's more guys like me in America than it is in China.
Yeah. So, would you say if you bring a Nanjing team back to playing your former college team, who do you say that can win?
So my 2014 college team, we went all the way to the Sweet 16.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the national college tournament, we went all the way to the Sweet 16. And that team was really good. Like I said, we had good coaching.
Yeah.
We had good players, and we had all around a good team. You know, defense was our thing.
Yeah.
But we had some guys who could score too.
Yeah.
And if we take that team and play against not just Nanjing, I think a few teams, maybe a couple teams we could beat. Maybe a few teams we could beat, not just in China, but in Asia, like, you know, maybe Taiwan or Japan. We can beat a bunch of teams. So I feel like we would have the edge, my college team, over a bunch of different teams.
Okay. Your college team can beat some of the CBA teams. So would you say like the top 4 or the top 2 CBA teams can be like a Elite 8 or a Final 4 team in the tournament?
Yeah, for sure. Like, bro, this is just my opinion. This is nothing for sure. Like, this is just me guessing, you know? Like, I don't know for sure, but the CBA is a very good league.
Yeah.
And the players are very good, bro. And every year it's getting better. And for sure, some teams can go probably win it all, you know? I don't want to say any names because who knows?
Yeah.
But there's some teams for sure in the CBA that could definitely go to college basketball and probably win the national championship, you know?
Yeah. Like we all know that like a lot of like young Chinese players they're trying to play in the States, you know, trying to get an offer to play Division 1, not even like just college basketball in general.
Yeah.
Like what advice would you give them if they're trying to really fight for playing time and then trying to make an impact for the team?
That's a good question because I've had some teammates who played in America for a few years and went to college in America and then came back to the CBA.
Yeah.
The advice I would give them is no different than any other advice someone would say. Just work hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, try your best. Know that you're a foreigner in America, but there's no better opportunity for you to learn basketball, get a different lifestyle, change your mindset than being in America. So I would say, you know, work hard, make sure you take care of school, don't get distracted. And America's not as bad as you know the media may say it is. As long as you take care of what you're supposed to do, go to school, work hard, eat right, and keep your mind right, you'll be good. Fighting for playing time, that's everywhere, in every league. It don't matter if you're the best player or the worst player. You know, you can go from top to bottom, or you can go from underdog to top. So just always work hard. Be serious about what you want to do. have realistic goals. Don't have a goal that you know is not real. I want to be an NBA MVP. Like, you know,
true.
like have a realistic goal set for yourself. And like I said, just keep working hard. Work hard.
Yeah, that's great advice, man.
Yeah.
Bro, let's do a last question, bro. Like,
Okay.
What other stuff you like to do in China, like besides playing basketball?
Yeah.
Because I saw you at Coco Park more than once, bro.
Yeah. So I like China. I really like China. The place in China that I live in Guangzhou area. I like the south of China because it's a lot warmer and it reminds me of my hometown in America.
Where are you from?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's literally on the same side of the grid as Guangzhou is. Yeah. So, what do I like to do in China? I like to relax mostly when I'm not playing. I got some foreign friends that I hang out with every now and then. I have a girlfriend as well. We always together hanging out. I go shopping. I don't really party much because I don't drink, but when I see you in Coco Park, I was definitely out with my friends.
Yeah. But you weren't drinking?
No, I don't drink alcohol, bro. I don't drink.
Man.
Yeah,
never.
I've had before.
But
of course.
I mean, like.
Now at this point, no, I don't drink. Yeah, I don't drink.
That's great, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I love China, man. I've been to a lot of different countries. I've played in Europe. I've been to Mexico. I've been in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But overall, I've been in Taiwan.
Yeah.
My overall favorite place that I've played in my journey is China for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
Chinese
really
fans would love to hear that, man.
Bro, no, I'm serious actually because in China it's so convenient and it's easy to live.
Sure.
You know, everyone here, the basketball culture is totally different. I feel accepted. I feel wanted. And overall, just China as a place is just very safe.
Yeah.
I feel protected. And I like China, man. And I plan on being here for a lot longer.
Yeah, definitely, bro. You're going to play a lot more in China.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. Hopefully.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
And I want to say something about my boy.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I met him a couple years ago in the Dunk of China show. I met him, and from day one, I noticed, like, this guy plays hard. Who is this?
I do play hard.
Yeah, this guy plays hard. He reminded me of me playing with, like, a chip on our shoulder, like, coming as, like, an underdog. He had Groover and AJ there, but that didn't stop him from still playing defense, trying to get rebounds, you know, trying to knock down shots and just playing hard for the team. And just off the court, outside of the court, I've known him as a guy, you know, personally. And this is my young boy right here. And, you know, every time I see him, it's all love. You know, even if it's random like Coco Park, it's all love. It's all love.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I've made a bunch of friendships here in China. From small people to, you know, rich people, whoever.
Yeah.
And overall, I treat everyone the same. And I like it here in China. The best place I've been to so far. I don't know about how the other foreigners feel, but
I agree, bro.
But for me, this is the best place I've been to, bro. And you know, I plan on being here for a lot longer.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Man, no
Thanks
problem.
for your time.
You already know, man.
Yeah.